nothing else matters. My feet in the stirrups, I'm so happy. There's nothing like the sound of Carolina hoofbeats.
We're here in Linden, North Carolina today at Windsor Farm with Dr. Brian Garrett. You guys probably remember we did a poll last year early in the year, and Brian was voted one of the top vets in North Carolina. And Brian also has some other things about him that make him quite interesting. So let's get to know him a little bit. Thank you for being on the show, Brian.
Well, thank you for inviting me. Very appreciative.
Tell me a little bit about you.
Well, I grew up in a veterinary family, then born in this area, born and raised in this area, and so veterinary medicine's been my entire life, as well as horses and animals in general.
Right.
That's how I was born and raised. That's how I grew up, and it's been my well, I've devoted my life to as well. My career is taking care of animals.
So you became a vet and went into practice with your dad?
Yes, originally, yep, sure did. And he had a lot of horse experience to begin with. He was on the racetrack in the early '70s, and then came back to North Carolina because of family. And I came back here to join him. He had a mixed animal practice at the time, and it's progressed a lot as far as small animal and equine oriented. So, yeah.
Okay, so where did you go to veterinary school?
Went to Mississippi State University.
And why did you choose that?
Well, there was a variety of reasons, and mainly it was time to do something a little different. I've been in North Carolina my whole life and in the area, and I just kind of wanted to venture out some. And I thought, and Mississippi State was a great opportunity. They had a lot of things they offered that I thought were going to be great to help me as far as my education and career in the future. So.
Sounds like good reasons.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about your practice. You know, what do you like to specialize in, and do you do every kind of equine medicine?
I do a variety equine medicine, but as far as what I really enjoy, I have a passion for the reproduction, lameness rehabilitation.
Okay.
Mostly, yeah. So try to concentrate as much as I can on that aspect. Yeah.
Okay. I noticed that you're also a chiropractor.
I do equine chiropractor, correct? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
right.
an exciting field too.
It is. It's and I usually incorporate that with my lameness exams and diagnosis.
Right.
Yeah.
And do you guys have a lameness clinic in your veterinary office?
We have a surgical facility in the office, and then I concentrate most of the lameness and rehabilitations are on the farm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the other things that you do with horses are very interesting. I noticed a video not too long ago of you racing. So tell us all about the Saddlebreds and the racing.
Well, I grew up at the very beginning showing American Saddlebreds. That's how I was introduced into horses, and had a lot of fun, great career with that, and then kind of ventured off a little bit more towards the Standardbreds for a variety of reasons, and one because they became involved in the saddlebred industry as well. And of course they're great animals. They're very sturdy animals, very hardy animals, and they're so much fun to ride and drive because they have a lot of speed, and it kind of fills my desire, the need for speed, and still enjoy working with horses and riding horses at the same time. So it's been a thrill to ride those horses and show those horses, and they've done very well. We've been very fortunate with how well we've done with them in that industry. So
the Standardbreds are what you race?
Yes, yeah. It's we show in a division called the Roadster division, which not many people know about.
Yeah,
it's gained some popularity, but it's so you can ride or drive them. And we take, the greatest part about it is we do with the Standardbreds similar to what is done with the Thoroughbreds. And we find these horses off the track that have retired. And you know, their career is done, and we save a lot of these horses, probably mostly from slaughter,
Right.
and because a lot of them are geldings, and then we retrain them and kind of reprogram them into you know, what we like for them to do in the show ring. So we move them to the show ring.
Okay.
And so we want to harness their ability for their speed, but we kind of retrain how to use themselves as far as performance, and so they're judged on you know, quality and of course speed at the same time. And there's some techniques in between too they have to learn. It's very difficult for them to transition from the racetrack to an actual show ring, because when they're trotting at those speeds, they have to be very consistent around tight turns, which they're not used to because you have the wide turns on the racetrack.
Right.
And but it's developed to be a very, very fun sport. And again, like I said, it's gained popularity, and they just those horses just go. We show them till the two that I'm competing with right now are 19 and 15 years old.
Wow.
One of them retired off the racetrack at 6, the other one at 4, and they're still going.
Yeah, it gives them a nice afterlife.
Oh, they love it. They love it. Yeah.
Now,
yeah.
do they race Standardbreds on their back or just driving?
There are some areas that will race Standardbreds on while they ride as well. Okay. But most of it that everybody's familiar with is the driving aspect.
Yeah, we go to Pinehurst.
Pinehurst, that's right. That's right. I actually go to Pinehurst a lot and just kind of scout a little bit, see what's gonna come out there in the near future, and just try to follow those horses on the racetracks, because if I see something that kind of catches my eye that I think would fit our industry, I kind of follow them around and see if they retire on the other end. Maybe I can you know, find a prospect down the road. But
if you're interested in a career working with horses, then Martin Community College is the place for you. MCC's Equine Technology program is the only one offered among North Carolina's 58 community colleges. The program is management-oriented with classes in breeding, nutrition, training, riding, equine health, and more. Graduates can leave MCC prepared to work in recreational and racing barns, breed to discipline-oriented farms, or assistant farm management. For more information, contact Martin Community College today.
Hi, my name is Tracy from It's All About Horses Tack Shop in Apex, North Carolina, and we just wanted to show you a few Christmas gifts that we have. One that's going to be really popular is American Pharaoh by Breyer Horses. It's a collectible horse, and it's really exciting since he just won the Triple Crown. The first time in 37 years that we've had a Triple Crown winner, so we expect this to be a really popular gift. And we have many other gift items here that you might like.
So impressed with those horses because I assumed that they would be kind of hot and crazy, but they weren't at all.
They are not.
Very level-headed.
They are extremely level-headed. They are just so, for the most part, they're so sensible to work around on the ground. And the couple the few that I compete with now, what's so interesting about them though, but once you get on their back and you put some, their mindset does change, and it goes to the racing mindset. But so many of them know how to turn it off and on.
Yeah.
It's very intriguing how they do that, and they know when it's time for business, and they know when it's time to relax. And so they're most of them are gentle souls at the same time. So it's a very fun breed to work with.
Do you ride them other than when you're showing them?
The ones I have, no. I'm competing with them, or they're retired in the field.
Right.
Yeah. So.
And is Standardbred a breed that you would breed in with Saddlebred, or are they two totally
It has been done. It has been done to try to compete in the roadster division, but it's still hard. You know, it seems like a great idea, and there are a few successful horses out there that way, but it's still hard to compete against a true Standardbred, especially a true trotter.
Right.
And so people have wanted to get the quality of the Saddlebred and the speed of the Standardbred, and it's worked in some instances, but for the most part, it's really hard to beat a good Standardbred.
And here at Windsor Farms, you raise Saddlebreds?
We raise Saddlebreds, Standardbreds. We have warm bloods.
Oh, okay.
Well, we have a variety of animals out here. We have the warm bloods, we have mini mules. miniature horse, and we've even got a vanner.
Nice.
We got a variety of things that we ride, and have a little riding program out here too as well, and show hunter jumpers, and so we about almost have every industry covered. We have paint horses, so
Nice.
we got almost every industry out here that you can be involved in.
And you have your stallions that you use for breeding to the public?
I have 2 stallions, and but currently we used to have a very large private breeding facility, and now we've transitioned more to breeding outside horses. So now it's become a facility where clients are able to bring their mares in to be bred, to foal out, embryo transfer, so many other reproductive techniques that we get involved with, and then you know, we'll collect stallions here, free semen, and you know, we can ship anywhere in the country, and then of course we do have a lot of frozen semen that comes in too as well as cooled semen, and continue to breed for outside. So we transition more to the business part of it, and not focusing as much anymore on the private side of it. At one time, back in 10 years ago, we probably had about 82 horses on the farm, so we were very, very busy.
Yes.
and selling prospects and so forth. But now we transitioned away from that and more to open it up to a clientele. So.
Do you have young horses for sale as well that you raise?
We do. And we have several of them show prospects.
Okay.
Yeah, sure do.
Nice. And so back to your veterinary practice for a minute. You
Yes.
practice what area of North Carolina?
Cover a wide variety, and it really depends on what I'm treating. You know, we go up into North Raleigh, we travel down to the coast, it's down to South Carolina, you know, as far over as Moore County, and cover a lot of Hoke County and so forth. So we cover a good bit of territory.
Okay, very nice.
Yeah.
And so you're taking new patients if people out there want to.
Oh, sure, yeah, absolutely, yeah. Well, any challenge, welcome any challenge, absolutely, yeah, enjoy it.
And I noticed your website and your Facebook page are very informative for things that are uncommon things. So can you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, I created a Facebook page just for general interest, public interest, and awareness, really. I think, you know, I've had cases over the years, it's very frustrating, that could have been handled if treated in a very short period of time, or treated immediately. And then some owners, they don't feel like it's a serious injury, and may wait for 2 weeks to call the vet, or a week, and by then it's a serious injury and an expensive injury as well. And I've seen so many cases over the years where if we could just treat it within the first 24, 48 hours, it'd be a very simple treatment, and you had a healthy, sound horse, and now we're 2 weeks into it, we're behind the 8 ball, and the horse is unlikely to be sound or be competitive in the future. So that's mainly why I created that Facebook page, because I want to make so many people aware of some of the things you think are very simple that could be, you know, very catastrophic to horses. So
great information on things to look for, you know, that are peculiar, that you need to take notice of, that you might not would have. So great stuff. And so what's on the horizon for you?
Well, continue to progress, is you know, get better every day. That's the goal every day. Learn something and be better the next day than it was the day before. I want to expand the reproduction. I want to expand the lameness program. I think we're going to maneuver the farm into a situation where it's going to be more of a rehabilitation and a big repro facility.
That'll be really nice. You're in a good location for the rehab, you know, between the 2 tracks in New York and Florida. So
yeah, and just continue on with where we are, and hopefully we're continue to practice practice really good medicine, and do the best thing for the horse and the clients as well. So, but that's where we're going in the future, and the reproduction aspect has really picked up over the years. I think it was down a few years back. Economy had a lot to do with it, but people are getting excited about breeding nice horses again, and we're hoping to be a part of that. So.
Hi, I'm Paul Dunn here at Mule City Feeds. want to tell you what people do at Christmas for gifts. We sell feed here, so guess what? A significant other, a wife, a husband, a daughter, a son will come in, never been in our business before, and they'll say, hey look, my dad loves his animals. I want to get a gift certificate for them to feed their animals. There's nothing else I know to give them. And time after time, the person comes back and said, that was the best Christmas gift I could have got.
My name is Scott Brookins, and I am the owner of Brookins Construction and MD Barn Master of the Carolinas. At MD Barn Master, we have the best warranty in the business. We have a variety of designs to choose from. Our barns are easily customizable to meet your needs. We have financing available to those who qualify. Our barns are fire resistant and they hold their value with little maintenance. Let us build your dream barn for you today.
So tell me a little bit about your Saddlebreds and their successes out in the show world. I know that there's a lot of accolades that I've seen.
Well, yeah, we have been very fortunate. We've done well. I think we've had through the years, I kind of can understand what many horse owners and competitors go through with injuries, especially injuries that are unexpected, and you know, you get your heart set on a certain show and working hard all year or even a lifetime, and get ready to show, and then you have a serious injury happen that sets you back, and I certainly feel for those owners, and we've had some similar instances with our horses as well, and so yeah, we've been very successful. I think we've got 2 horses in the barn now that between them have won 12 world titles in the last several years, and one horse has won 6 in a row, and and a lot of them have had their injuries as well that we've had to work through.
Sure.
But with a heart of gold and enjoying what they do, we've been able to get them back and successfully competing again. So yeah, which leads into regenerative medicine. I think regenerative medicine is exciting to me. It's going to be, it's really taking a huge step forward here in the next year or two. I think we're about to see things with some of the things that I'm using now that not quite readily available yet, but it's exciting results, and I think lameness for horses is about to reach a whole new level here in the next couple of years, and it's going to be exciting for not only veterinarians but horse owners and horses as well. So a lot of really neat therapies coming in the very near future, just around the corner. We had one great story with one of our horses that he had a right hind suspensory tear, and it was about 2 centimeters wide and 3 inches long.
Wow.
Normally those horses are unable to ever compete again. It's a significant injury. So we were able to use some of the new regenerative therapies, some of them that, like I said, are not commonly used yet. And that horse healed that tendon in 4 months period of time.
Wow.
Was ready to work not long after that, but we decided not to because we were still very cautious with that kind of injury. And my goal was just to see if we could get him sound enough to go. And actually, he became not only sound enough, but he returned the following year to win his 5th world title in a row that year. So,
fantastic.
yeah, so it's very exciting, and I'm really excited where veterinary medicine is going in the future with all the new technology and some of the advancements.
Can you talk about any of those? I mean, are they like a natural type therapy, or are they like a physical?
There are more natural type therapies, actually. There's new forms of hyaluronic acid that's going to be available. There's new forms of PRP and IRAP. I know most horse owners now are very familiar with PRP and IRAP. So there's new treatment methods of PRP and IRAP, and new techniques are going to be able to be used, and stem cells are taking another huge step forward.
Good.
And so we're using certain different stem cells that will be able to, I think, regenerate things faster, and provide a more stable tendon or soft tissue injury, and even a joint, even a more stable joint. So,
that's awesome.
Yep. I think it's going to be great in the future. So I'm excited to be a part of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, yeah, looking forward to it.
Well, it sounds like you really not only partake in the world of competitive sport horses, but you understand all of the different angles, and that's a big plus if you're selecting a veterinarian or a stallion to breed to. So
or a stallion to breed to, that's right.
It's good that you cover all aspects of that field.
Yeah, well, we certainly try.
Very nice.
Yep.
Okay, very nice.
Yep.
Well, thank you for spending some time with me.
Oh, you're welcome.
Okay.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, I'm Rick Penniston. I train my horse Jake to trust me and be brave in order to face the obstacle challenges and win in extreme cowboy races. It takes dedication, hard work, and innovation to train a champion. As an attorney representing injured persons, I use the same skills to win compensation for people injured in accidents or on-the-job injuries. If you've been injured in an accident or on the job and need advice, call me. I want to hear from you.
The thing that we are most known for at Cash Level is our motto, horses raise great kids. And as you can see around here, there's a lot of life, a lot of color, a lot of children. Now the holiday item that we're going to tell you about today is one of my favorites, and it does come in 3 different colors. It's the Dublin River Boot, and it's completely guaranteed waterproof, and the fabulous part is that this toe fits perfectly into a stirrup, and the calf is fully adjustable so that any calf size looks like it's a custom fit. These are incredible because you can stomp around in the barn, you can go jump on your horse for a ride, and before you head to town or out on the town for the evening, just take a water hose and wash them off, and you have a stylish, beautiful boot that's perfect for barn and the town.
I want to talk a little bit about bits, the different bits that we have here. A lot of people, they ask me what kind of bit do I like. Well, I don't wear one myself, so what kind of bit I like doesn't matter a whole lot. I want what's comfortable for my horse. Regardless of what kind of bit it is, that's the bit that I like to use on them. When we start a green baby, a young baby, we use this thing here we call a side pull. We try to stay out of their mouth until they learn what their head is for and how to get away from pressure. Then when we leave it, we'll go to the side pull with a mouthpiece in it. They still get some of the same feel from the side pull as they did when we started them, but they also have a little bit of feel in their mouth. We have a medium slick with a dog bone in the middle of it. That's what we'll go to after we leave the side pull with the mouthpiece in it. We'll go to this bit. And we'll ride in this bit as long as that horse will allow us. And it depends on what kind of riding the horse is going to do. If it's an English type horse, he'll more than likely stay in this bit the whole time he's here. If he's a Western horse, one of our cow horses, then we'll transfer him over into this little bit that I'm holding here. It's a twist, but it's a big twist, so there's not any sharp edges or anything on it. It has a little dog bone in the middle. You see how it breaks here in the middle on the sides? This bit over one of these bits, this bit, when it breaks in the middle, it sticks straight up towards them like this. Some horses, it irritates them when it sticks up toward the roof of their mouth, and some of them it doesn't. So if they don't feel comfortable with it, we go to this bit here with the dog bone in the middle of it. It's very comfortable. Now I'm going to show you the correct way to put a bit on a horse and how to take it off of a horse. So many people get horses funny about their heads by the way they take the bit off and on. I want a horse to take a bit. I don't want to have to force it on him. I don't want to be fighting with his head. So when I go to put one on, I take the halter and drop it around his neck so that he doesn't go anywhere while I'm doing this. This is a 2-year-old. I take my right hand so that I've got his head, just like this. I've got control over his head. I put the headstall around him. So now the headstall has his head. Okay, I can turn loose with my right hand now because the bridle's got him. I switch up here, I put my right hand up top. I lay the bit in my mouth, and I lay the bit in my hand. And I lay the bit there and let him see how he took hold of that bit. Some horses are funny about their ears. If you've got a horse that's funny about his ears, pull his ear, take it and push his ear forward and slide it in. a lot of horses would rather you take that ear and bend it forward and go into the headstall versus bringing it back here and widen it up. So the same thing when I get ready to take a bit off of a horse is I want to let him take it out of his mouth. So I take my hand, I slide the off of his ears and I hold it up and let this colt spit it out. If he wants to hold on to a second, I may take my finger and put right here in his mouth and cause him to turn it loose. Instead of, you see people, they take it and they pull the headstall down off of it. Well, that gets the horse scared to take the bit off, scared to put it on. You see people, they'll grab a horse to go put the bridle on them and they just make it a man physical thing so hard. So remember, you take your headstall, you put it like this, you lay the bit down here, let him take it. If he doesn't take it right away, just hold it right there and play with his lips a little bit with your fingers inside of his lip and let him grab hold of that bit. And then when you get ready to take it off, don't ever be in a hurry. This doesn't matter whether it's a snaffle or a shank bit, works the same way. So important that you hold this headstall up. Like he loves this bit, so he's comfortable. He's not scared of it a bit, he likes it. So I take my finger, I stick right there, and he turns it loose. So that's the correct way, the safe way for you and for your horse to take the bridle off and on.
You've worked hard and carefully planned your career. You've built your business. Shouldn't your farm's appearance reflect who you are, your success? Like a timeless work of art to be your legacy, handed down through your generations. Let T&T Lawn Care design, install, and maintain a landscape to reflect who you've become. With our uncompromising attention to detail, we deliver high value in a competitive market. Call T&T Lawn Care today, 336-574-0410.
Hey, this is Vicki from Double L Tack and Feed in Coates, North Carolina, and I just wanted to show you a great item that will make a great stocking stuffer for Christmas this year, the Ultimate Hat Hanger. This is a great versatile tool that you can use to help hang your favorite cowboy hat. All you have to do is just hook it in the Ultimate Hat Hanger. It helps save the brim and keeps the brim safe. You can pretty much hang it anywhere you want to hang it. Even if you don't wear a cowboy hat, you can use it for your favorite ball cap too. Keeps your hat off the dash, keeps your hat off the seat, and keeps the brim of your hat safe. So come in and check out the Ultimate Hat Hanger.